So, in Formula 1, as I've mentioned already, which is in Canada this weekend, the cars hit speeds of, what, 200 miles an hour? But in Formula 24, it's a very different story. It's called Green Power Racing and encourages high school students to combine sport with learning about science and engineering. Now, there are 42 finals around the country. This week, I went to one of them at Mallory Park in Leicestershire. They're on the starting grid, revving their motors. If this was Formula 1, you wouldn't be able to hear me now, but it's electric car racing. It's green power. Not to say, though, that the racing won't be any less intense once those lights go out at the start of this huge test of speed and endurance. And the lights are out. They are off. What a moment for these 14-year-olds. And in all, each year, more than 10,000 students are involved in the Green Power Education Trust, which aims to get teenagers more enthusiastic about science and engineering through designing, building and racing their own electric cars, with local firms in each region helping to drive the initiative.
These young people have got an opportunity to feel like Lewis Hamilton, being on that grid, being on that start line, being on the front line, you know, and then obviously being able to win. These young kids have torn up the rule book. They've designed and built their own cars.
And from the pit lane to the classroom, because behind every car in the race is 9 months of hard work. It started back in September. Mackenzie, you're in charge. How can I help? I've got a spanner.
We're all right, thank you. I think we're under control.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'll watch and learn then.
It's been a big learning curve, like all the designing that goes into like engineering of the car, all the aerodynamics for it.
I always thought it's more of a boys type of thing to do, so like I wanted to try this out. I want to be an engineer when I'm older, like computer engineer, so I want to do like program the car and make it work and stuff like that.
And Fiona got her chance as the first driver for her team, and most do include as many girls as boys. A lot can happen in a 90 minutes endurance race. Anxious faces here in the Mario Brothers camp. Teams change drivers every half an hour, and they were even brave enough to let me have a go. What does this do? Yeah. Oh, that's the horn. Just think, all that hard work, months and months of hard work gone into building this car, so no pressure to make sure it arrives back safely. Oh, and of course a bit there, but we've still got the line. But it's not just about speed in this race, it's also endurance. So if you go too quickly, too much, you'll run the battery down. But despite my best efforts at 30 miles an hour, this Staffordshire school final was won by a team that went fastest and furthest. What was it like when you realised you won?
A nice excitement, go back home, enjoy the victory, have a barbecue, I guess.
And this is only the starting grid for those youngsters, hoping there's a whole career on the road ahead. Yeah, what a career it could be. Not necessarily as a driver in Formula 1, but so many jobs in engineering, of course, especially for women. And it just gives you so much chance to travel as well, like Formula 1 in Canada this weekend.
Why wasn't school like that when we were
I know,
school?
well, yeah, exactly, yeah. Love to build a car and raced it.
Let's do it. Mike, thank you.